Hey everyone, SWE here and welcome to our next episode of the SWE Universe Mode. We are back with adrenaline and boy do we have another action-packed show for you here this evening. Tonight we'll be crowning the new Intercontinental Championship #1 contender and with a massive Noah-style main event. And here then we have our opening match of the evening. A little bit of six-man tag tornado style to start things off. So first of all, then we have Worldwide Underground, Johnny Mundo there on the left, Jack Evans through the centre, and PJ Black on the right. Not too sure. This PJ Black looks really good from this angle, from this distance, but when you get close to his face, I don't know. Is that a good PJ Black or not? I can't quite tell. From some angles, it looks pretty good. From some angles, it looks pretty dodgy. I think this Jack Evans is a bit better than the previous one we had. I didn't like his face is melting off, which is a good start, because the old one looked like he'd gone through some sort of severe well, disfigurement of somehow. Accidentally washed his face in acid or something, I don't know. But now this one's a lot better. Now they're going to take on a team that sort of only existed as of last week. Well, part of it anyway. Oh, my voice went funny then. So we're going to start things off with the man, the myth, the disappearing entrance. Yep, just like last week. Will someone look in the back? Will someone look in the back and see if they can find Suzuki? Where is he? No? What do you mean no one's got an idea where Suzuki is? It's his match. Good old Suzuki, eh? He's milking this now. There he is. Minuro Suzuki has arrived. So last week, of course, we saw Suzuki teaming up alongside Daisuke Sekimoto, who's also going to be included in this match as well. But PJ Toby gave them the chance to prove themselves once again and see if they could find another partner to go six-man action. And we did see earlier on this afternoon, Suzuki managed to bring another man into this interesting coalition that's going on. It worked very well for them last week in the match against Cedric in London. It was very hard fought, but eventually Sekimoto and Suzuki came out on top. So it'll be interesting to see again today whether the team can continue on and who the newest member of this team will be. In fairness, I don't like Worldwide Underground's chances just against Suzuki and Sekimoto. So depending on who the third man is in this trio, it could be very dangerous for them. And hopefully we're going to get a good six-man tag match. It's not very normal that happens, but you never know. We might get lucky. We might just get lucky. And here we go, then the next entrant into the match. Of course, is going to be Mr. Daisuke Sekimoto. Looked very good last week in that match. I keep saying last week, although obviously the episodes are a bit closer, but it's last in-game week. I'm going to claim it. I'm going to keep going with it. He looked very good last week in that match against Cedric in London. One of my favourites in SWE, really had a fantastic time in the last season and on 2K17 as well, with his short period of time over in Carnage. I think we're going to see a lot of Daisuke. I like him. I'm going to try and work him into whatever universe mode I can. Muscle Monster. And this is what we saw earlier on, the Minuro Suzuki backstage looking for a member to join his trios team here this evening against Worldwide Underground. Bumped into Shibata, and just like last week, the bond was forged. This will be a cracking team, this is. So there we go, that was how this man right here, Shibata, was also brought into this trio, and wow, what a trio this is going to be then. Shibata, Sekimoto, and Suzuki. This is brutal. I do not want to be Jack Evans and Angelico. I don't want to be Jack Evans, PJ Black, or Johnny Mundo here. I would not fancy my chances against one of these three Japanese strong-style men. This could be dangerous, really dangerous. I mean, Shibata nearly ended his own career last year with a head, but imagine what he do to other people. Right, so we are ready to go. Right, due to some glitches, we're going to have another go at this one. The last match did not work very well, so we're going to have another go. Sekimoto, Shibata and Suzuki versus Worldwide Underground's Mundo, Jack Evans and PJ Black. Let's take that there by Mundo on Shibata. Now this one is no count-outs, of course. I think this works very much similar to the Fatal 4-Way style match when, yeah, there we go, let Shibata roll to the outside. When someone takes damage, they roll to the outside. But Mundo's going to join Shibata out there. So let's put 4 people in the ring, which is a bit more doable. Have too many people in the ring, it's a bit complicated, isn't it? And Japanese Strong Style here in control of Worldwide Underground. Oh, nice suplex there by Sekimoto. And now Suzuki has a hold of PJ Black middle of the ring. And it's just Suzuki and PJ Black in the ring now. The other 4 men battling on the outside. Let's hurry around though. PJ Black turned this around on Suzuki. Be a hell of a win for both these teams, to be honest, because it'd be a hell of a win for Japanese Strong Style because it's 3 guys that don't really team together, apart of course from that match last week. So it'd be a big win for them to defeat a team that's worked together for quite some time. And also be a big match for Worldwide Underground to win because essentially they're facing up against 3 top wrestlers from across the world. And if they can defeat them, it'll make them look very good. Japanese Strong Style in control at this point in time. All 3 men on their feet as all 3 men of Worldwide Underground are struggling. Suzuki just stalking PJ Black in the corner as there's a major screen wobble going on there. What the hell's going on here? Is there an earthquake here? As Shibata has Johnny Mundo in that sleeper hold. But the numbers game there, you see with PJ Black on the outside, the 3-on-2 just helping Japanese Strong Style retain some control. He says as Johnny Mundo just super kicks someone. Nice roll up there by Shibata, but rope break. Sekimoto now with Jack Evans into a backbreaker. Into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Johnny Mundo on that middle rope as Suzuki stalking PJ Black. Suzuki, going to go for that power driver. Boom, it hits it as well. Big power driver. Can he go for the pin? Or he can because Shibata takes out Johnny Mundo. Sekimoto with a backdrop here on Jack Evans. There's the pin by Suzuki. 2 and 3. And there we go. Team Minuro Suzuki. Japanese Strong Style picks up the victory here over Worldwide Underground. Good victory for them. Very good victory. And it just shows how strong this team is. I say they're not a team that have worked together a lot in the past. And generally, if they are together, they're generally fighting each other, not really working together. But, well, you've seen how strong they can be as a team. They're looking very effective here. There's that big power drive by Suzuki. At this point in time, you didn't think he had any chance, but you saw Shibata get up and take out Mundo. And then you saw Sekimoto reverse on Jack Evans. And that just gave Suzuki the chance to go into the pin. You see Mundo rolling to the outside. Sekimoto with a backdrop. And there's the pin for 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Done and dusted. Win for Japanese Strong Style. And a win for 6-man tag matches everywhere. I know it's a tornado, not a standard match, but I think this could be a match style that might have to use in the future. You never know. I'd love to use more 6-man tags, but they are very iffy on this game. But there you go. This was a successful one and a very good win for the newly formed Japanese Strong Style. And next up then is our next first round match within the Cruiserweight tournament. ACH takes on Rich Swann. This should be a good one, this one. Nice high flying. Both guys very good wrestlers. ACH brand new onto the Adrenaline roster for this season. That's one of the best things. We sort of looked at some of the aspects of the roster that needed improving, and that's exactly what we've done. And I've had a couple of questions on the previous episode about the other brands, and we will be doing the other brands, but we're going to finish off Adrenaline first. We're going to do 3 in-game months. So we got, was it 4 4 TV and 3 pay-per-view. Nope. 4 TV, 1 pay-per-view, 4 TV, 1 pay-per-view, 4 TV, and then Shabby Mania. So each universe mode is going to get about, what's that, 5, 10, 15, probably 16 episodes. We split Shabby Mania into 2 because it's going to be a big video. It's going to be double the size pay-per-view. And then with the introduction of that, so each universe mode is going to have about 20 episodes in the playlist. And then, like I say, we'll get through Adrenaline in about sort of 4-5 weeks maybe. And then we'll pop onto one of the other brands. And yeah, we'll do that other brand. Then we'll move on to one of the other brands. I just think it's better because it gives a chance to get more involved in the stories, more involved in everything, rather than just putting together random matches and hoping everything goes well. I think we're building storylines and building all sorts of different things, and I think it will work out better in the long run in this universe mode. It gives myself a chance to get involved with the commentary and keep track of what's going on in each brand, but hopefully gives you guys a chance to keep track of what's going on as well. Keep track of the stories, keep track of everything. And of course, if you do ever struggle, I have created the blogger page, which will be down below. In the blogger page will be basically just an update of everything that's happened in the universe mode. There'll be links to all the videos in the universe mode as well, so if you ever are struggling and want to find out what's going on, you can always go and check the blogger out, which is in the link in the description below. There you go, I plugged something else. How good is that? I'm getting quite professional at this now, aren't I? I'm getting so professional, right? I went on Social Blade, which is a website that tells you, like, statistics about your YouTube channel. And according to Social Blade, we are going to reach 1 million views in over 4 years. Which I'm a little bit gutted about, to be honest. I thought we could do better than that. That's how professional we are. Where are we? Future projections, there we go. So we're going to reach 4,000 subscribers in 2.5 years. And we're going to reach 1 million views in 3 years. So, it's going to be tricky. It's going to take 5 years to get to 5,000 subscribers. Ah, well, doesn't matter, does it? Like I've said in the past, I don't do this for any other reason, but just for fun for me, really. Anyway, enough babbling on about crap. We've got ACH versus Rich Swann. I like Rich Swann, of course. He's been off TV recently for reasons. Not quite sure when those reasons will be sorted, but who knows? Who knows? Things happen, don't they? If you don't know why he's off camera, then a quick Google search will tell you straight away. Oh, nice. Ankle takedown, drop it, ACH neck first across that bottom rope, and that could give Rich Swann here the advantage he needs to start taking control of this match. There's the Falcon Arrow. Followed up by a drop kick right in the side of the face. Now Swann heading up to that middle rope. Oh, went for the moonsault, but ACH avoided it, but Swann did land on his feet. Took him a second there to right himself, and that's allowed ACH the opportunity to take control of this match, taking him down in the headlock, just slowing the pace down a bit. ACH knows he needs to try and control the pace of the match himself. He lets Rich Swann control the pace for him. ACH now up on the middle rope. He's going to go a bit high risk. Is he going to succeed, or he's not? No, Swann catches him in the powerbomb position now, drops him onto his shoulders, dropping him into the garrote across the top rope. And so far, both guys going for some high-risk maneuvers, and both guys failing miserably. ACH are draping Rich Swann over that top rope and pinging him back into the middle of the ring before dropping a knee right into the face. And a boot in the face as well there by ACH. Or ACH. Good old ACH. Nice hurricanrana there by Rich Swann. Very back and forth match, this one. Swann now sending ACH off the ropes. Brings him back, and Swann. Wow, nice tornado DDT. And Swann's starting to feel it. Of course, a place in the Triple Threat Finals in a couple of weeks' time. Triple Threat Finals? I suppose, yeah, the Triple Threat Finals of the tournament. No, yeah, I don't bloody know. A place in a Triple Threat match in a couple of weeks' time is at stake in this match. And, of course, the winner of that Triple Threat match will be put into a Triple Threat match at the pay-per-view alongside Rey Mysterio Jr. to fight it out for the Cruiserweight Championship. I think I've explained that now. Oh, nice. Just drops him Family Jewels first across the top of the barricade. Again, just so back and forth, though. And referee's up here to a 6 count. Now a 7 as ACH does send Rich Swann back into the ring. We're not going to see another count-out end here in this Cruiserweight tournament. And there's going to be more on that later on. I will mention that the count-out victory we saw last week by Desmond and Xavier might not be as clear-cut as you thought it might have been. So check that out later on in the video. Pin here by ACH, 1. Only a 1 count. ACH now with the head scissors. Now the elbows right on the top of the head of Rich Swann. And dropping a fist in the face of Swann as well. Oh, Swann, nice. Nice drop toe hold, taking ACH down to bring him back up to his feet. Trying to take advantage of the situation. There's the snap there by Rich Swann. And Swann just staring down the back of ACH's head. Completely lost what he was going to do. I keep happening every now and again. I don't quite know what's wrong with the AI there. It just sort of like goes, I can't figure out what to do, so I'm just going to do nout. Just got to stand there, look back at head. Don't know why it does that. Oh, nice. Look at that. The flip into the Hurricanrana. Oh, wow. The big spinning heel kick. The black mass, if you will. Right in the face of ACH. Is that enough for Rich Swann to get the victory here? There's the pin. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. Wow, I thought that might be enough, that kick. But I think the drag away from the ropes really slowed the pace of that one down for Rich Swann. He might have had a chance where he just pinned him straight away. ACH catching the boot of Rich Swann, taking him down. And now locking in that half Nelson, damaging the knee and the lower back of Rich Swann. Just maybe not going to get a submission victory from that, but just weakening the leg and that sort of stuff, ready for, well, to try and reduce this sort of damage that Rich Swann can do himself. Nice brainbuster there by ACH, straight into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. ACH now stalking Rich Swann. Does he have enough to finish him off? Takes him up. Oh, nice. Into the rampage. ACH pulling Swann away from the ropes. Because there'd be enough for ACH to qualify for the next round of this Cruiserweight tournament. No, Rich Swann kicked out. Well, these Cruiserweight matches have already been top quality, haven't they, so far? ACH now heading up top. Nice. Double foot stomp as well. Followed up by the running axe handle. And ACH just demolishing Rich Swann here, but doesn't have enough to finish him off. ACH bringing Swann back up to a kneeling base, and then, oh wow, the complete shot face first into the mat. And ACH now taking Swann up into a Falcon Arrow. ACH drops into the pin once again, but again he's left him a few seconds before he actually dropped into the pin, which allowed Rich Swann the time he needed just to recuperate. Nice pin there, but Rich Swann slides out the back. Nice pin? Nice head scissors, should I say. Swann now Saito suplex, folding ACH in half. And now Swann, instead of just continuing the pressure on ACH, he's taunting the crowd, trying to get the crowd behind him. Could be a clever idea, trying to build them up, trying to get his momentum going. But at the same time, just not paying attention to ACH, but it hasn't backfired there as he caught ACH with a neck breaker. Bringing him back up to, but ACH playing possum, catching Rich Swann, then the dropkick in the face. Again, going for the pin, just trying to slow the pace of the match down. Have a couple of seconds rest as well, I suppose. Well, I worried there for a second. I thought I'd turn the microphone off. There you go. No, we're fine. I really thought the microphone was off then. That would have been so annoying 2 matches in. Nice. ACH, is that not enough? No, he's going to continue on. Swann with the right hand in the gut. But ACH catches him straight up on the shoulder. Oh, but Swann slides out the back into a reverse DDT. And a boot right in the chest of Rich Swann. Nice. Into the Rolling Thunder. Great match here between these two as Rich Swann, just returning the move that ACH hit on him earlier on into the pin. Is that going to be enough? 1, 2, and 3, and it is. Rich Swann, wow. I thought he was out earlier on, and he's managed to pull it off. He's managed to pull it off. There we go. Rich Swann. Caught with a brainbuster earlier on. And the Rampage. I thought Swann was out. I really did. But ACH just didn't have enough to finish Rich Swann off. And when it came to it, Swann just had enough left in the locker to hit ACH with that big finale. It's almost like a spinning falcon arrow. And there we go then, Rich Swann victorious. He makes his way through to the triple threat matches in a couple of weeks' time for that opportunity to face off against Rey Mysterio Jr. at the pay-per-view for the Cruiserweight Championship. You can't handle this. You can't handle this. And here is our next match then. It is going to be best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This should be an interesting one, this. Two teams both looking to get themselves into that championship picture. Of course, Red Dragon of the Undisputed Era are our current tag team champions. I'll tell you what, I'm quite happy with these calls. I've been trying to find Chuck Taylor for 3 years now. And finally we have him. Finally. And of course, be interested what you could do with Chuck Taylor, because he's a very good wrestler, but he's taken a much stronger singles run this year, or last year. And winning the PWG World Championship and defending it as well against Ricochet in the previous PWG pay-per-view, which was Ricochet's last appearance with PWG for now, until he gets frustrated about being 205 Live and leaves WWE in about 3 years' time. That's the best thing, right, about Ricochet and War Machine joining NXT now, is that if they get put straight into the tapings, we could have Ricochet and War Machine on 2K19. I know I should be thinking about 2K19 at this point in time, considering this game's only about 3 months old, but think about it. Adam Cole, Red Dragon, Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, Almas hopefully will be on there this time. We're going to see... who else is there? Is anyone else in NXT who's not on the game yet? Well, obviously War Machine and Ricochet will be. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on, I think. A lot of cool stuff. And here we go, we're underway. Chuck Taylor and Kevin Owens to start things off. Nice Russian leg sweep there by Chuck Taylor. And I went for some sort of powerbomb there on Kevin Owens, but Owens much stronger and bigger, able just to launch Chuck Taylor over his shoulder. And just pushing the boot right into the gut now. And Owens now just choking Chuck Taylor out as well. Kevin Owens now front chancery on Chuck Taylor, big knee in the face. Forearm as well there by Owens now. Front chancery on Chuck Taylor, big knee in the face once again. And Owens really dominating Chuck Taylor in the early parts of this match, but Chuck managed to send Owens into the corner, but Owens fighting back, playing possum in that corner. Another boot in the gut, and Kevin Owens just causing some issues here to Chuck Taylor. Draped DDT from the top rope. That is brutal, that is. By having the legs starting that much higher, you can really get a much more vicious angle on that DDT. Dropping Chuck Taylor right in his neck. Here we get a bit of tag team work here by... Oh, Owens and Zayn hitting a 3D on Chuck Taylor. Wow. Wow, Owens and Zayn hitting the 3D. Sami Zayn now springboard frog splash to the back of Chuck Taylor. And we've not done much of Owens and... What the hell happened there? We've not done much of Owens and Zayn together as a team, but I feel it really does suit this roster. I've seen a couple of people mention about the arena and so forth, but the reason we've got this arena, if you look at the theme of the roster, It's a very much indie, Ring of Honor style theme, and I think the actual arena suits it quite nicely because you've got the smaller gym sort of crowd. I thought that worked quite nicely, but I suppose we can always, if views are high, we'll have to move to a bigger arena, I suppose. Nice dragon suplex there by Trent, bringing Sami Zayn now back up to his feet, and Trent, the fresh man in this match, gets caught in the face with a forearm before Zayn sends him into the corner. And good quick tags here between the team of Zayn and Owens. Really are working together very, very well, actually. You don't often see people in this game work together this well. Owens now, nice, dropping him in that neck breaker across his knee. Owens dragging Trent away from the ropes before dropping a knee in the spine. And of course then we saw last week... What did we see last week? Oh yeah, we saw Motor City Machine Guns defeating Bad Influences. Oh, Kevin Owens there with a crunchy on Trent, which I think is one of Trent's finishes, isn't it? There's the pin by Owens. 1, 2... Oh, and Trent kicked out just about. Yeah, last week we saw Motor City Machine Guns defeating Bad Influence. And it makes you wonder whether they might be considered as a threat to the Tag Team Championships at some point. But your thing is, you'd think, wouldn't you, really? A win here for either of these two teams. We had the win last week for Motor City Machine Guns. Could we look at potentially next week having a #1 contendership match between the two winning teams? And there we go, Trent hitting a crunchy of his own here on Kevin Owens. 1, 2... Oh, it's only a 2 count. Owens kicking out. Trent now dragging Owens across to the best friend's corner. Making sense. Good tag team work there, pulling him away from here. The potential tag into his partner. Taylor now bringing Owens back up to his feet. Nice drop kick right in the face. There's the hot tag. In comes Sami Zayn. Dropping Chuck Taylor. Oh, nice. Into the complete shot as well. Dropping the elbow across the knee. And Sami Zayn is on one here this evening. Looking in fantastic form. He knows what's up for grabs here. He knows that championships are not easy to come by in this universe mode anymore because there's such a lot of competition from everywhere. And of course, don't forget, we've still got some big matches for you here this evening. And like I said, oh, there's the Eat defeat there by Chuck Taylor. That's his finish maneuver. There's the pin on Sami Zayn. 1, 2... No, only a 2 count. So I think we've still got some big matches for you. We've got that all-Noah main event. It's going to be pretty good, that one, actually. And we've got an Intercontinental Championship #1 contendership match. We've got another one of the Cruiserweight Championship qualifiers. And also there's an update on the match from last week in the Cruiserweight qualifiers between Desmond and Xavier and Leo Rush. PJTV has an update on that, and we'll find out about that later on. There is the haluva kick in the corner. Kevin Owens got caught up on the referee, and he wasn't able to get across and break that up. But Sami Zayn, nice senton bomb as well. Does Sami Zayn have enough here to finish Chuck Taylor off while Greg Marafuji, or whatever his name is down on the outside, or Trent Beretta, or Trent question mark, or he's just called Beretta now, isn't he, in New Japan, which is pretty cool. But Chuck Taylor's back on his feet. Pretty good match here by both tag teams so far. A good showing. Chuck Taylor taking Sami Zayn up into a pile driver. Zayn didn't look too good there. He sort of folded in half and looked in quite a bit of pain. Chuck now going to go for the pin. 1, but Sami Zayn is saved by his partner Kevin Owens. Trent trying to catch Owens with a German suplex, but Owens fighting back with that tornado DDT, and again Trent rolls to the outside, and Trent will be down now for a few moments, which might give Sami Zayn the opportunity to turn this match back in his favour, which he does. But can he get a pin before Greg Marafuji or Trent gets back up to his feet? Or does he need to, as Kevin Owens enters the ring? A boot in the gut. Kevin Owens, another boot right in the back of the neck of Chuck Taylor, and then more strikes, this time in the face. Trent looks like he's still down on the outside. And now Kevin Owens taking Chuck up into that neck breaker. Oh, Owens catching. Oh, looked like he was going to go for that, well, it looked like a package power driver, but of course he doesn't use the package power driver in this game. Be the sidewinder suplex, wasn't it? But Chuck able to break free. Now Chuck, there's the eat defeat as well. Trent's back up on his feet. Chuck doesn't go for the pin though. Doesn't go for the pin. That might be poor by Chuck Taylor. He needed to go for the pin there. Trent was back up on his feet and could have come across and blocked him off. But maybe Taylor's got one more big maneuver in his arsenal to try and finish. He has. The Omega driver. Wow, what a move that is. Owens is down. Trent in the ring. Comes across. Blocks off Sami Zayn. Oh, and Kevin Owens kicked out. Wow, Trent had done a great job of getting across and blocking off Sami Zayn, but Chuck Taylor unable to keep Kevin Owens down for the free. Chuck went for the diving drop kick, but Kevin Owens avoids it. Chuck sending Owens in the corner once again. Trent down on the outside, but Owens fighting back. Now Chuck fighting back. Very back and forth at this point in time, which is amazing considering that Owens has not long been hit by that Omega driver. Taylor bringing Owens back up. Owens with the stiff right hand right in the gut. Onto the back. Oh, nice takedown there by Kevin Owens. But again, you've got to try and take your opportunity while Trent is down on the outside. If Owens has a pop-up powerbomb here, it might just be enough. Oh, it's a real stiff gut buster that is, isn't it? Dropping the ribs right across the knee of Owens. And once again, looking for that neck breaker. I don't think Chuck Taylor's going to take much more of this, is he really? Oh, I take it back. Jawbreaker by Chuck. And again, out of nowhere with the eat defeat. Trent's back up on his feet, and Chuck does make the tag into Trent. And Chuck needs that. He's been in the match for quite some time now. Trent, technically the fresh man. Completely misses that senton though. And now Trent could be in trouble. As Kevin Owens stalking Trent. Springs him off the ropes. Into the pop-up powerbomb. Beautifully positioned. There's the pin. Oh, and Trent kicked out on the brink of free. Wow. How is Trent surviving this? Zayn did a great job once again of blocking off Chuck Taylor. Here we go. Another pop-up powerbomb by Kevin Owens on Trent. Chuck Taylor's down on the outside. Another pin here by Kevin Owens. And sure, this is it. 1, 2, and 3. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are victorious in what again was another very, very good tag team match here. I've quite enjoyed this one. I don't often enjoy tag team matches in this game. I generally grim and bear them, but this one was a very good one. Very back and forth. Could have both gone either way, really, but some fantastic maneuvers. But in the end, it was the two pop-up powerbombs by Kevin Owens that was enough to keep Trent down. We saw 3 eat defeats in this match and an Omega driver as well. And a haluva kick, of course. There was that power driver by Chuck, and you saw the way Sami reacted to that power driver. I thought there was more damage done there, but evidently not enough, as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are victorious. There's the handshake between the two of them. And that's going to do them pretty well in the tag team division then, maybe. Like I said, maybe a #1 contendership match next week. Owens and Zayn versus Motor City Machine Guns. Motor City. And our next match then is going to be a rematch from last week, and it is going to be once again for the position in the triple threats in a couple of weeks' time. PJ was not happy with Desmond Xavier's tactics last week, but also see what happened earlier on this evening, which ended up in a pretty intense argument between Leo Rush and Desmond Xavier. So this is what led to this match here this evening. Both guys bumped into each other. You can see the tension is rising, and PJ Toby decided to make this rematch tonight. Yeah, so off the back of that, PJ Toby decided that he wanted to redo this match. He said he didn't really want to have one of the biggest things in his universe mode in this first month, the Cruiserweight tournament, be marred by such a dodgy tactics by Desmond Xavier. Xavier, argued that he only kept to the rules. The rules are if you can't make yourself back into the ring in a 10 count, that means you lose. But PJW wasn't happy. Lio Rush wasn't happy. And Desmond and Xavier agreed, believe this, he actually agreed to fight Lio Rush once more to prove that he is the better man. But this time it is going to be Falls Count Anywhere. So no disqualifications, no count-outs. This time it's all about who gets the free count, essentially. Who can keep the other man down for the longest. And here he comes then. Desmond at Xavier. Wearing his black swimming cap. I don't know. It is good Desmond and Xavier on the community creations, I must say, actually. So it's we haven't really got a lot of choice. But I think it's not a bad one. I think it's pretty good. But I think it could be better. But Falls Count Anywhere should be very interesting between these two. And let's see if the Code of Honor is kept to. Of course, the handshake before the matches that was become synonymous with this tournament. I just breathed in some dust, I think. Ugh. Sucked in a fly. Well, looks like Desmond and Xavier here still willing to go towards the Code of Honor, but the cheap shot. Oh, Rush is not going to like that. Well, the handshake not kept to, and you can see the animosity between these two. Desmond and Xavier desperate to prove in his mind once again that he is better than Lio Rush, and Rush wants to prove to everyone that last week was just a fluke and he just got stuck in the barricade. He got stuck in the ramp. He got sucked through into a different dimension and was unable to escape. He was in the upside down. He was unable to escape. And he lost by counter. This time, there's none of that dodgy stuff going on. This is going to be all-out war between these two. And like we said, Desmond and Xavier's place in that triple threat match next week after next is up for grabs here. And of course, the winner of those two triple threat matches in week 4 will go on to face off against Rey Mysterio Jr. in a triple threat match at the pay-per-view for the Cruiserweight Championship. So there's a lot on the line here, but this is only part of the job to be done. And Rush doing really, really well here against Desmond and Xavier in the early parts of the match. So remember, no countouts, no disqualifications. So this one could happen to anything, really. We could see a lot of stuff going on here. Rush taking Xavier up on the top rope, but Xavier fighting back with a boot in the face, and then, oh, gets caught by Lio Rush. And dropped, no. Xavier fights him free. Into a jumping DDT. And this is Falls Count Anywhere, but so far both guys have decided to stay in the ring, which is probably more suited their style. Of course, they like a lot of springboard. They like to use the ropes to their advantage and stuff like that. Xavier now just wrenching back at the arm of Lio Rush. We still do have one more first round match in the Cruiserweight tournament for you coming up as well here this evening. I think it might be next, actually. And then, of course, we've still got our two big matches for you as well. That big main event. Very Noah-themed main event. And then the Intercontinental Championship #1 contendership match as well. As Lio Rush heads up to the middle rope. What's he looking for here? Stalking Xavier. Stiff dropkick. Bullet dropkick right in the face. That caught Desmond and Xavier a bit out there. And, oh, Lio Rush is the first one to look to maybe go for a little bit of assistance. He does come in with that steel chair and managing to hit Desmond and Xavier with the chair as he slid in. Then the big chair shot across the face as well. Now Rush bringing that chair to the outside. Just removing it from the ring. He's taken full advantage now. He doesn't want Xavier to pick it up and have a go himself. And Lio Rush now into the F5 on Desmond and Xavier. Standing shooting star as well. A boot in the gut. And Lio Rush is in firm control of this match. Xavier now just kicking Rush away now. A boot right in the arm of Rush as well. Another boot in the back of the shoulder of Lio Rush. Desmond Xavier now bringing Lio Rush back up to his feet. Nice clothesline. And another clothesline as well. And a super kick there by Desmond Xavier. Right in the face of Rush, who dropped. Xavier. Oh. Catches Rush with a Hurricanrana. Now Xavier. 619 on Lio Rush into the springboard splash as well. Desmond Xavier with a pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Xavier can't believe it. He thought he had the match finished there. And this is what happened last week, wasn't it? We saw these big maneuvers from Xavier. He just couldn't keep Rush down. So eventually he went to the count-out victory, which did work out pretty well for him, really. He got the win. Lio Rush now taunting the grounded Desmond Xavier. A boot right in the back of the calf as he was trying to get back up to his feet. And Rush stalking Xavier. Nice standing Spanish fly into the pin. 1, 2, and no, only a 2 count. Lio Rush can't believe that Desmond Xavier's kicked out once again. Both these guys really showed incredible resilience. Rush taking Xavier up, rolling it through. And now wrenching back at the arm of Desmond Xavier. Rush brings him back up to he went for an ace crusher, but Desmond manages to force him away. Rush now sending Xavier into the corner. Stiff chop. Now taking him up high. Oh, Desmond Xavier fighting back though, that boot in the face. Into a nice Hurricanrana. Xavier heading up to the middle rope, into a Phoenix Splash. Into the pin now. 1, 2. Only a 1. Xavier now wrenching back at the arm of Lio Rush. Stamping on it now. And a boot in the back of the head as well. Xavier just wrenching the neck of Rush. Really wrenching that neck and slamming him back of the head first into the mat as well. And it's interesting, like we said before, this is a full Scott Anywhere match, but... Oh, they've adjusted the 619 so it can't fail. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. There's a 619 once again into a springboard splash by Desmond Xavier. Drop it into the pin on Lio Rush. Took a couple of seconds about it, though. And it is enough. Desmond Xavier defeats Lio Rush once again. 2 weeks in a row, and there's no questions to be asked about that victory. That was very, very good. Very good, and a great win here for Desmond Xavier, who once again confirms his spot in that Cruiserweight triple threat in a couple of weeks' time to fight out for a place in the championship match at the pay-per-view. It was a 619 which won the match for Xavier eventually. The second 619 on the match, there was a standing Spanish fly by Lio Rush, one of his finisher maneuvers, but it wasn't quite enough to keep Desmond down. So close there, wasn't it? Look how close his hand gets down for the 3. And there was a springboard splash off the second 619, which was enough to pick up the 3 count. So there we go, Desmond Xavier with the victory, proving again that he deserves to be in this match. And here's our next match of the evening. It will be Angelico taking on Cedric Alexander for another place in those triple threats in a couple of weeks' time. This should be an absolute cracker, this one. We got a good Angelico for a change. Well, we didn't have a good Angelico for a long time. It's nice every now and again when one of the good core makers get involved and start to make some really top-class wrestlers like this. And I am actually going to start watching Lucha Underground Season 2 soon as well, I promise. I've seen all of Season 1. But as I mentioned in a previous video, I managed to get a DVD import from America of Lucha Underground Season 2, so I will be watching all of that. It's difficult in the UK because it's not been televised, so you actually have to illegally source it somewhere on the internet. There's no other way of watching it. So I managed to find a guy who's done a DVD or whatever sort of stuff, so I'll be watching that, and I'll pay them back. I'll buy some merch. That'd be the best way, wouldn't it? I'll buy some Lucha Underground merch, and then it will even it out then, won't it? Well, you're not really stealing, are you? If it's not available, then it's not stealing, is it? That's how I look at it. Is that right? I'm not taking it away from anyone. I don't know. I shouldn't put myself in this situation and tell you about I'm breaking the law, should I really? I'm not breaking the law. I brought a DVD. That's all I've done. Shh, don't tell anyone. Anyway, Angelico versus Cedric Alexander. This will be the 4th person in those 2 triple threat matches. And we've got 2 more to confirm for you next week as well. It's pretty good Angelico, isn't it, really? Not too shabby. It's a very good Cedric Alexander, isn't it? That's because he's on the game, obviously, but... Are any of the Cruiserweight guys not in the game? Yeah, Drew Gulak's not on the game, so... And Tony Nese, Mustafa Ali. There'd be quite a few extras, actually, on 2K19, wouldn't there, when you think about it? There's quite a few people in 205 Live that have not made it on... Yeah, be pretty good. Yeah, 2K19's roster's going to be even better, isn't it? I think they might drop even more legends to bring in more NXT. Unless they can get a bigger roster, which I think they should do. But I don't mind if it takes more space off my PlayStation. I don't mind as long as they get a bigger roster. I want the bulk of NXT. Because NXT now, you're going to have to include Heavy Machinery. You're going to have to include the Street Profits. There's 2 tag teams, because they're struggling for tag teams down there. They're probably even more. Riddick Moss and the other guy. What's his name? I don't know the guy's name. Oh, we are underway. Running Meteora straight away from Angelico. Straight into the pin. Oh, only a 1 count. Wow, that would have been a really fast way for Angelico to make his way into that championship qualifying match, wouldn't it? Angelico here really ripping Cedric Alexander to shreds in this early part of the match. Nice right hand and then into a... Oh! There's that Rainmaker knee. I forgot what it's called now. What's it called? Wow! Angelico's just squashed him! Wow, Angelico. Wow, Angelico. What a victory that was for Angelico. Just completely ripped Cedric Alexander to shreds. It was such a quick match, there isn't even a highlight. And Alexander's been really caught here off guard. And he is going to accept the handshake. I think it's Alexander realises that he got rushed there very quick. Very, very quick. And Angelico wins the match. And Angelico goes through to those qualifying matches. And here is our next match of the evening. It will be Eddie Edwards versus Austin Aries in an Intercontinental Championship #1 contendership match. There's a lot of words to get out, wasn't it? So interesting this one then. Eddie Edwards and Austin Aries, the winner of this one, will go on to face off against Adam Cole for the championship at the pay-per-view. I think this is a good Eddie Edwards. It's not amazing. It's not the best call we've got. But it's pretty decent, I think. I mean, you know it's Eddie Edwards, which is good. And of course, the Austin Aries core is fantastic. That's a new Austin Aries that is based on his new attire and look since he left WWE. And Eddie Edwards is having a very good part of his career actually at the moment. I believe he's been working a lot over in Noah. I think he's won a couple of big championships over there as well. So he's doing really well. Probably in the best part of his career he's ever been in at this point in time, I think. I think that's the way of wrestling, isn't it? You've really just got to build your reputation. The more you build your reputation, the more opportunities you get. And the more opportunities you get, the more you build your reputation. So it really is just quite a difficult thing to get going. But once you do get going, it should snowball. It's a bit like YouTube, really. You need, once you get views, you get more views. And once you get more views, you get more views. Because it starts to snowball and your video becomes easier to find out other people and that sort of stuff. Obviously, YouTube isn't easy. The fact that I've been doing it for 4 years and I have 3,000 subscribers sort of proves that, doesn't it, really? But and here he is then. Mr. A-Double himself, the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. so gutted he left WWE. Although it was the best thing for him. It really was. And I wouldn't be surprised if Austin Aries were to turn up in New Japan at some point. I think he would have some fantastic matches in New Japan. Be an excellent part of their junior heavyweight division. Maybe even a little bit higher up the card. And who knows, maybe a dodgy vegan Bullet Club member, you never know. Could be. Dodgy vegan Bullet Club. Dodgy vegan Bullet Club. Sorry, I just went off on one there. I've got no idea what was going on there for a second. Anyway, Intercontinental Championship, no more Contendership match. And then, of course, we still have our main event for you after this one as well. A very Noah-based main event. The Austin Aries is very, very good though, isn't it? I think the Austin Aries looks better than what the one did last year in the game. We have then Eddie Edwards versus Austin Aries. The bell goes. We are underway. One of these two men will go on to fight off against Adam Cole at the pay-per-view. Baby. But which one is the question? Nice nutbuster there by Austin Aries. Snap suplex there by Aries as well on Eddie Edwards. Now bringing Edwards back up to his feet. Aries sending him off the rope. Still trying to get over that fast victory we saw from Angelico against Cedric Alexander. Just ripped him to shreds. Got no idea how that even happened. It was a squash match, but the two of them are equal on stats. So I'm not quite sure how that happened, to be honest. Edwards, nice. Almost like a Death Valley driver, but not quite. Sort of an angled Death Valley driver. Aries now throwing Edwards into the corner. Oh, nice. Dragging the legs. Draping him across the ropes into a neck breaker. Aries now dropping a knee right in the back of the face of Edwards and just forcing him face first into the mat. Forcing him to munch the rug. Aries now taking Edwards on. Just slams him into the turnbuckle and launches him across the ring. And Aries taking a second now in the corner to recover a bit of energy. But he's waiting a bit too long and Eddie Edwards has caught him out here. Oh, he went for the Hurricanrana, but Aries managed to reverse it into a powerbomb. And Eddie Edwards just can't get any offense here. As soon as he gets a chance, Aries is just all over him. Suplex there by Aries. Nice knee drop right in the face as well. Aries now raking back at the eyes of Eddie Edwards. Now Aries again reversing. Every time Edwards tries to get any offense, Aries he's just always one step ahead of him. Aries now sending Edwards into the corner. And a rolling elbow, there it is. Into the pin, is that going to be enough? 1, 2, no. Eddie Edwards kicked out, but there wasn't a lot behind that kick out. Aries now though stalking Eddie Edwards, who's very much central in the ring. If he's looking for that, no. I thought he might be looking for that front chancy, but Edwards caught him into a belly-to-belly suplex now. Edwards dragging. Aries back up to his feet. That big kick right on the side of the leg shook Aries. And now into a fisherman suplex. Hooked the legs, bridge, but decided not to go for the pin in the end. Oh, wow. What a DDT. That may have just broken Austin Aries in half. As Edwards now just wrenching back at Aries and lost control of his head there for a second. Aries is back up. But once again, Edwards catching him up into a powerbomb. And all of a sudden, from Edwards being absolutely dominated early match, Aries can't get back in this one. Edwards once again taking Aries down, Shining Wizard. The knee strike right in the side of the face of Austin Aries. He gets back up, but Aries catching Eddie Edwards. I think Edwards was going for something quite big there. Maybe like a Rough Rider by the looks of it, but Aries fought him away. Nice drop kick right in the corner. But again, taken down by Eddie Edwards. Aries rolling Edwards through. 1, 2, and 4. Almost a 3. Both these guys so desperate for that match at the pay-per-view against Adam Cole. Aries once again rolling forearm right in the face. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and it is enough. Austin Aries will go on to face off against Adam Cole at the pay-per-view for the Intercontinental Championship. Wow. That's a good win then for Austin Aries, the #1 contender for the Oh, here is the Intercontinental Champion right on cue. Adam Cole just taking both Aries and Edwards down while sending a message there, Adam Cole. And here we go then, main event time. We promised you a big Noah-based main event. That's exactly what we got here. Naomichi Marafuji, arguably the biggest star in Noah's history, takes on Hideo Itami, of course, a current WWE wrestler who was signed from Noah. I should really double check my facts before I start spouting stuff out of that, shouldn't I, really? Noah Itami. Hideo Itami. Kenta Kobayashi, better known as the ring name Hideo Itami, is currently signed for American wrestling promotion WWE, where he performs on the Raw brand in the Cruiserweight division. Former kickboxer. Kobayashi is known for his pro wrestling Noah under the ring name Kenta. Stylized in capital letters, he started his career in All Japan, but through Noah's involvement in the Global Professional Wrestling Alliance, a global organisation of cooperative promotions, allowed their competitors to travel abroad to other companies. He's also wrestled extensively in America for Ring of Honor. There we go. So yeah, he was Noah before he moved to WWE. In 2014, yeah, he was heavyweight champion of Noah when he moved, actually. And he wrestled a few times in Ring of Honor. Who did he wrestle against? He had a three-way match against Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson, even. There we go. He returned to the company for the Best in the World New York on March 25th, where he and Marafuji defeated the team of Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson after Kenta connected with a strong finishing strike, the go to sleep on Danielson. There we go, that was 2008, that was. So yeah, did quite a bit in New Japan, and not New Japan, in Ring of Honor. But here then we see Marafuji, a guy who's doing a bit of wrestling at the moment in TNA, which is good for TNA, but bad for Marafuji. There's a good relationship between New Japan and Noah, isn't there? Because I saw Marafuji actually wrestled in New Japan last year, didn't he? A couple of matches. Was it last year or was it the year before? I might be getting confused. I think it was last year. Did he attack... Did he attack him? Did he attack Okada shortly after the match, or he was? I'm sure he had a match against Okada after the Omega match. I'm sure that was right. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Anyway, his opponent here, Hideo Itami. A guy who, I've not actually seen his debut. I should see his debut on Raw, because apparently it was quite cool, wasn't it? Wasn't it the same as the way that he debuted Finn Balor on NXT? That sort of thing. Finn Balor needed a tag team partner, and then out came Hideo Itami. I don't know why I did that in an accent before. I did, sorry. Really offensive, I apologise. But this should be a very good hard-hitting match. Both these guys quite good with their kicks. And of course the winner of this one is going to pick up quite a large amount of momentum. A victory in the main event is exactly what you do get. And who knows, this could really help push both these guys forward towards the pay-per-view, the second month, even towards Shabby Mania, and get something big. So Naomichi Marafuji takes on Hideo Itami. The bell goes and we are underway in our main event of Adrenaline. I think this... I'm undecided on this Marafuji. His hair looks a bit funky. Let me Google a picture of Marafuji. See how good it looks. I think it looks pretty good. Google Marafuji. That's not bad actually. He has got that sort of hair going on. That's sort of dark with the blonde highlights. Yeah. At the moment, yeah, he's got that dark with the blonde highlights. It's not a bad core actually, in fairness. Maybe just the hair's not blended very well, I think is the only problem. Marafuji sending Hideo Itami over his shoulder, crashing to the mat below. Hideo there with a forearm right in the face of Marafuji. Springs him off the ropes, but Marafuji now, oh, nice dragon screw. And that could be the key to this one, of course. Remember, like I said, both these guys very strong with their kick. So if Marafuji can weaken the leg of Hideo Itami, he's going to weaken the offense that he could suffer later on in the match. Nice chop there by Marafuji. Bringing Hideo Itami back up to a seated base, now up to a standing base, or kneeling base. And a short, sharp DDT sending Hideo face first into the mat. Marafuji now stalking Hideo Itami. Nice jumping forearm. Marafuji sending Hideo over the top. Nice stiff right hand. Now Marafuji followed him to the outside and a nice moonsault from the apron straight onto Hideo Itami. Went for the spinning back fist, but Hideo blocked it into a suplex of his own. Marafuji sending Hideo straight into the ring steps. And again into the ring steps there by Marafuji. Sending Hideo back into the ring. And has the damage been done on the outside of the ring there? Sending Hideo into the ring steps twice. Again, it was the upper thigh and the knee that really hit the ring steps the hardest, being the height they are. And that really has weakened the legs of Hideo, so it should weaken the offense. And again, if he tries to take Marafuji up on his shoulders, potentially for the GTS, his leg could give way if enough damage has been done. Nice springboard 450 there by Marafuji. And a jumping elbow drop as well. I think he missed most of it, to be honest. Marafuji again just dropping a boot right on the back of the arm of Hideo Itami. Chop there by Marafuji now into... No, looked like he was going for that DDT, but the knee in the gut there by Hideo. Hideo needs to turn this one around. He's struggling here. He just taken him for a sit-out powerbomb. Obviously those legs are not damaged as much as we thought. He had the power to lift Marafuji's weight. And now it looks like Hideo's on the comeback. A couple of clotheslines. Catching the leg, spinning heel kick, knocking Marafuji over. Hideo now bringing Marafuji up on his feet. Sends him into the corner. A boot in the gut there, and Hideo now. Shotgun dropkick right in the corner. Hideo is taking control of Marafuji. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Hideo can't believe it. He thought he had Marafuji done and dusted there. Hideo now, they're stalking Marafuji, middle of the ring. Up on the shoulders he goes. GTS by Hideo Itami on Marafuji. 1, 2, and 3. Of course it is. Hideo Itami picks up the victory then in the main event of Adrenaline. A great win there for Hideo Itami. Really helps him pick up the momentum. Of course, former Intercontinental Champion. He lost the belt to Adam Cole in the previous season. And it'll be interesting to see here whether he's got enough to maybe get himself back in the championship picture. But that victory here in the main event against one of the top men here on Adrenaline. Marafuji is definitely going to help his cause. And Marafuji dominated a good chunk of this match. That battle on the outside, I really thought was going to be too much for Hideo Itami. The damage had been done to his legs and so forth, but evidently it wasn't as bad as we thought it was. And Hideo just took over. I think the real turning point was when he hit that powerbomb. Then he followed up with this stiff dropkick in the corner. Then dragged Marafuji away from the ropes and set him up. No, that was a pin straight from the dropkick, of course, wasn't it? The pin, of course, was only enough for the 2. And then he set Marafuji up for the GTS. There it is. Boom, the go to sleep. Knee strike right in the face. And Hideo Itami is victorious. Victorious. Well, there we go. Hideo Itami, big victory for him. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this episode of Adrenaline. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you're new around here as well. Our next episode of Adrenaline will be uploaded during the week, so keep an eye out for it. And, of course, we're going to be pushing towards our first pay-per-view, which should be as early as next week, because of, obviously, just doing the one universe mode at a time. We get through things a lot quicker. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for PJ Toby for writing the card as well. We will see you very, very soon for the next episode of SWE Adrenaline. The 1, 2, 3.